Sales with. Today, it's Ken Brady, the General Sales Manager at 1010XL in Jacksonville. Hey, Ken.
Brian,
Good to see you.
Likewise, always good to see you.
In full disclosure, we've known each other for 31 years. I showed up at WOKV in the summer of 1994, and they put me at a desk right next to you.
Yep.
And you were kind enough to put me in your car and show me around Jacksonville my very first day on the job. So, first of all, thank you for that.
Well, it's my honor you remember that, and I made an impression.
I've never forgotten. Now, the second person that I sat next to is my wife. So I kind of favor her a little bit more than you, but you know Jen, so you know how that one goes.
Sweet woman.
Is radio still radio? Because we've seen such a dramatic change in media, right? I mean, with the advent of the internet and podcasting, is the radio business that you and I were in at that moment in time, is it still the same?
The answer is yes, but with a huge caveat, no. So the answer is yes, that we're still appealing across the country to about 93% of the population.
Right.
The answer becomes a little more complicated, where that used to be 98. So it slipped. The homogenization of all of the radio stations throughout the country with the consolidation of big companies like iHeart, Odyssey, and Cumulus has really homogenized the fruited plain. Where radio is radio, especially in Jacksonville.
I like the Rush Limbaugh. Yeah. You used to sell him. I know. Yep. I got it. All right, go ahead. Sorry, didn't.
But it's the news talk, the talk formats that have some community connection are the best.
Okay.
But 1010XL is truly the Cadillac of that. We're live and local 6 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Right.
Monday through Friday. Jaguar, we're your flagship of the Jaguars. We're home of the Gators. What we do with the PGA Tour and local high schools is fantastic. So our community connection allows us to be much more viable and radio of the past, where it's fun, it's relevant. Every time you tune into us, we're talking about something that's affecting you.
Right.
And that's exciting. Where it's evolving, though, Brian, is Facebook, Instagram.
You bet.
We have a whole new generation, actually 2 generations, of people that are getting their information from different sources. So what 1010 is doing is anywhere you can consume us, we want to put product and content in front of you. So we have a multimedia department, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok to lower degree,
you bet.
And X, obviously. And what I've seen, just to sum up, you've got people like me who are in their 60s who are going to be on the radio no matter what. You've got people who are younger who are going to listen through their phones. You have people who are even younger who are going to enjoy video content through X. You have people even younger who are going to enjoy it through Instagram. So that progression of where people enjoy getting their content is something that we're trying our best to appeal to.
That's the distribution, right? I mean, it's if you said to one of my kids, I've got 19, 20, and 24, AM or FM, what is that, right? We are AM guys. We grew up with AM radio. And it's shifted now to the point, and you just mentioned about all of the different platforms. It seems as if what you're doing at 1010 is still, though, a radio station. Maybe the only radio station left in Northeast Florida, because you are so local.
You're 100% right. What we're doing, radio is it's the potatoes. Everything else is the gravy. At the end of the day, the potatoes has a streaming on our app that involves people, but the content is radio first. The problem with our industry is that it's just homogenized. It's not local. They try, these big companies, but it's still voice tracking out of different cities. They're not responsive as they need to be in terms of community events and support. If there's a disaster, WOKV probably is best suited to disseminate. The other radio stations will have a partnership with a television station and just flip the switch. You know, it's a good distribution point of information in a disaster, but the reality is, what's better than having Brian Sexton on the radio telling people, hey, these are the shelters. You know, being very responsive, having your own news department, having your own group of people who are disseminating that information.
So in my career, as we know, I've had some changes in the last 10 years, and I had to navigate those changes. How did you navigate the changes? Because even though you're still in the radio business, man, they keep throwing it. Hey, we're going to do this streaming thing. We're going to do this internet thing. We're going to do this multimedia thing. How did Ken Brady handle not just day to day, but year to year, the challenges in a media industry that, quite honestly, you had nailed when it was just radio?
Great question. I think just being open-minded, just gathering the facts. Not if you are not willing to at least listen, figure out, hey, what's the path? You'll be dead. What not? But you'll be stalled.
Right.
Probably a better word.
You'll be standing straight still.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so and I interview as a sales manager for my team, the word willing. Are you willing to explore? Are you willing to listen? And I think the other part is, I'm not willing. I'm not afraid to make a mistake. So I'll go down a path. If it's not going to work, it's okay. We'll course correct ourselves. Yeah. And I'm very fortunate to be in an environment where course correction is not the end of a career, or you're looked at as a demon. Course correction is, hey, we tried, let's adjust. And that's very special at 1010. It doesn't always exist in other media companies.
But Ken Brady, the man, you left the marketplace for a couple of years in the last 30, right? And then you came back here, and you landed on your feet at 1010 and have built a great team. And then 1010 takes the Jaguars, and you've built this thing into something huge. What about Jacksonville brought you back, and why is it still home?
So you're right. It's the rubber band effect. You probably have heard me say that. It's a great place. We have our roots here. We have some real estate here, and our kids ended up going to Florida State. So we went to Atlanta, and then when my boys went to Florida State, good gracious, about 10, 12 years ago now, yeah. My wife and I decided, hey, we want to stay here. We want to be around them. And
even if it means flying to Europe to see them where they both live now, right?
They've run. They're not running from us. They're just in great adventures with their families now.
Right.
But it's a great area. Having any type of association with the Jaguars is just so. I mean, it's an honor. It's so much fun, and so I've been very blessed that through my career that I have had associations at varying degrees with the team.
With both flagship stations.
Yeah, both flagship stations. And, the economy is growing. I know so many people where it doesn't take long for me to come back and reignite those relationships.
I can't say this to every person that I sit with on this set, but you're a good man. And I have always appreciated that. And I run into people who say, do you know Ken Brady? And I say, not only do I know Ken Brady took me around Jacksonville and showed me the very first day. So I have a connection to Ken Brady.
Well, Brian, the same can be said for you. Thank you so much.
And I appreciate it. And continued success with everything that you're doing. And enjoy those grandkids. Yeah. Does that sound weird to hear?
It's very weird. Who's that guy?
Right. It's you. Well, this is a little bit more than 5 minutes but you get the point. We have interesting conversations, and we share them with you. Thanks for joining us here on 5 Minutes With, a presentation of the Daily News Network.